What's up guys, today we're going to be doing a PC build for $2,500. That's a lot of money to spend on a PC and you should be getting the proper parts for that. So enjoy this video. For the CPU we're going to go with the Intel Core i7-4790K 4.0 GHz quad core processor. This is a great CPU for the money. It's very cheap actually, and it's just a great CPU, great for gaming and video editing. It has 4 cores and it can support overclocking, so yes, that's obviously good. 4.0 gigahertz is a great clock speed, and you can overclock that to about 4.2 gigahertz or maybe 4.4 gigahertz if you're lucky. It does support hyperthreading as well, so this CPU is definitely great for the money and I recommend you get it. For the motherboard, I went with the Asus Z97A ATX LGA 1150 motherboard. This is a great motherboard. It supports DDR3 memory. You can get a DDR4 memory motherboard if you want, but I don't know if it's really needed right now, but it supports up to 32 gigabytes of RAM. Clearly, if you don't have Pro on Windows, you can't get over 16 gigabytes. That's what I think it is. I'm not too sure. But this motherboard does support up to 32 gigabytes of memory, and that's just crazy. Yes, it supports RAID support. It depends on the CPU onboard video, depends on CPU. Crossfire support, obviously, yes. SLI support, yes. So yeah, it's a great motherboard. I recommend you pick this one up. For RAM, we went with the Kingston HyperX Fury Black 16 gigabytes. That's two 8 gigabyte sticks, DDR3 1600 memory. This is made by Kingston. They obviously make great RAM. This is 16 gigabytes. The motherboard can support up to 32 gigabytes, but I just don't think it's needed. But 16 gigabytes, that's great. That's clearly a lot of RAM. That's great for gaming. You can game at ultra with that amount of RAM. For gaming, 8 gigabytes is only needed, but I'm doing this for editing as well, so 16 gigabytes is a great buy, is a must buy for editing actually. The wattage, the voltage is 1.5, which is not that much, but that's what we're going with the RAM, 16 gigabytes. For storage, I went with the Seagate Barracuda 3TB hard drive. That's an internal hard drive, it's a hard disk drive. This is what's going to store all your games, all your videos if you want. I do recommend getting another hard drive if you're planning on storing videos, but 3 terabytes is a lot of space. That's going to store all your games. You're not going to need much for it, so clearly that's a hard drive that you're going to want. Also, on the storage point of view, I went with a Samsung 850 EVO series 500 gigabyte 2.5 solid state drive. This is an SSD. This is what I recommend you install your OS on for way insane fast boot times. It's a great SSD, 500 gigabytes. You can store a lot more on here, and I definitely recommend you get this solid state drive. Is a great solid state drive. I recommend you get a solid state drive in your system anyways to put your OS on, because boot times are insanely fast on these babies. So I recommend you get this solid state drive. For the GPU, I went with the EVGA GeForce GTX 980 Ti 6GB video card. I'm getting 2 of these for SLI support. The motherboard supports SLI, that's why I picked that motherboard. These two, this combines up to 12 gigabytes I believe, and it's probably, I think this is the best graphics card to do SLI on. SLI is basically one graphics card. If you overclock that graphics card beyond 6 gigabytes, it goes to the next graphics card and it takes some memory off that. I'm honestly not too sure, but I'm really not too sure about graphics cards on how the SLI is working and all that, but this is a great graphics card, and having 2 of these in your system is definitely great. So I recommend you get these for SLI. For the case, I went with the Cooler Master Cosmos 2 Black ATX full tower case. This is a pretty big case. It's a pretty good looking case. It's black. It's really good case. I recommend this case. It will support all those parts I mentioned earlier, and it's a great case. You should definitely pick this case up. It's what I recommend for a build like this. It's a great case, great looking case, and I'll probably pick one up myself one day. So for the case, it is definitely a Cooler Master Cosmos 2nd Black ATX full tower case. And last but certainly not least, we went with the EVGA 850 watts AE Plus Gold certified fully modular ATX power supply. Now this supply is definitely a great supply. It's 58 150 watts, and that's what you're going to need for this system. It's a pretty beastly system, and you will need that. It's a great power supply, and you should definitely get this power supply. It's a gold power. It's a gold power supply and everything, so it's definitely great. It's 800. It's 8 plus gold, so that's definitely great. It's fully modular. So yes, this power supply is the power supply you should get. So the end price for this machine is $2,515.81. That's a great price actually. This does include shipping, so it's really going to be around $2,505 actually. But I pretty much got a spot on how much it would cost, and it's a great machine. I recommend this machine. And if you enjoyed this build, I recommend you hit that like button, because I did a lot of work in this video. So if you enjoyed, hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.